Get set up here. Can everybody hear me? How's everybody? All right, finally I see me. Awesome. You can hear me? Hi, Avenel. Can you hear me? You can see me, I'm guessing. All right. Boy, it's hot out here. How are you tonight? Whew. All right. So for, I have to figure out where that goes and glue it back on. Lovely. Not a big deal. So tonight we're going to work on an 18-inch grapevine base. And I don't know if you've ever noticed at Hobby Lobby, they put together really nice bouquets of gorgeous roses. I've got some in red. See how pretty those are? And then this kind of peachy pink. I don't know how well that's translating. But they put these together. So if you grab them when they're on their, 50% off week, they're not too bad. So that's what we're going to use for our project today. Good. I'm glad you're doing wonderful. All right, we'll set that to the side. We'll figure out where it goes. First, let's start with our base. We're going to use some variegated ficus. I picked this up at, I think I got it at Hobby Lobby. I don't think I got these particular ones at Hobby Lobby, but Hobby Lobby does have variegated ficus, so you can pick it up there. Hi, Nancy Lynn. All right, so we're going to use, this is going to be, we're going to use all 7 of these. So I'm wondering if maybe we should put those in first. No, I always like doing my base. I'm not going to get away from what I know. Where'd my clippers go? Here they are. Okay, so each ficus bush comes typically with 3 branches on it, and I clip so I get 3 pieces. All right, usually the longer one, I put a little curve in it, and it's going to go down here, I believe. So let's just start gluing. So we lay it flat, and we insert it this way, kind of weave it in, okay? There we go, perfect. Beautiful. All right, the next 2 pieces, I'm wondering, we're going to cut another piece apart. And we're going to take that long piece. We're going to go right there with it. And then I get it in there and weave it in. you feel it coming out the back, just kind of get it going in a different direction. There we go. All right. Some of these smaller pieces we're going to put going around this way. So we'll start here. You can move these around. It's all wired. It's smaller. Oh, I'm getting glue strings because I've got my hair or my fan on super high right now. And that was going to go there. They're all different sizes once you clip the bush apart. So I just try to put the longer ones at the bottom, the shorter ones we can piece in at the top. Okay, we've got 2 more pieces. Right there. Now we may wait on this one just for now. Maybe I just take the one piece off. That's what I'm going to do. We're going to replace this one a little higher up. Right about there. And then we'll come in with this one right here, I think. Yep. I want it to lay right about there. All right. Now we have the base down. Yay! So pretty. We'll put some curve into these. A lot of that will come here in a bit as we start adding flowers. Okay, now we really need to get the flowers on because they're the next biggest element. So we're just going to start clipping them off of the branch. I may have to use my bigger cutters. No, these are doing good. Awesome. I'm just cutting them off for now. I'm going to leave these green pieces that are extra. We will be putting those into the design, but we will do them individually so we can strategically place them. So all I'm doing is cutting the roses right now. And then here's the stem that the rose came on that fell off. So we got to fix it, perform a little surgery. So we still have all this greenery that we'll put in here in a minute. Let's surgerize here. These are wonderful because they're hollow on the ends and they've got a little stump on the head. So I just put glue on the head and put them in, and they actually stay really nice. Just like that. And I kind of take my fingers and wipe the glue. You may not be able to do that, but I have heat-tempered fingers and I can't feel in these two, so I probably shouldn't be doing that because I really could burn myself. But hi, Sherry. How are you? Hi, Joanne. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Now, the way we're going to do this is kind of stair step, okay? We're going to start over here. And what I mean is we're going to go like a rose here, 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 a rose here. So that's kind of like a zigzag in and out pattern. So we'll have to trim some of these down, of course. And that's all right. If you need to, glue their little leaves back on. Make sure you glue them back on right side up, not upside down like I just did, but I can turn it. Okay. All right, these are really thick stems. I'm going to be careful how long I keep them because it'll take up a lot of the inside and you may not get all of your elements to fit. So we're going to spread the vine apart just so we can get this in a little bit and weave it in. Now, I'm going to leave it setting, let's see, that far. That is, oh, please don't move. That is roughly, we're going to say 4.5 inches away from the base of the grapevine, okay? We're not smushing it down. We're leaving it. You can see my big globby glue there, but see how far that's sticking out? Okay. So that's my up right there, right? That's my up right there. Okay, so we've got one here. Now we'll do another one kind of up a little, okay? Hi, Tracy. Hi, Marcia. Hello, hello, hello. All right, so out here, we're going to stair step up. So we're going to come up here, okay? So for that, we may want to take, okay, we may want to take the leaves off of the roses and place them individually in a couple of places. This one laid fine. I'm fine with that. This one was not going to lay well, so we can put it in later. All right, so that looks good. I'm going to go in with another one up there. But remember, don't leave longer stem than you need because it takes up a lot of space inside the grapevine. All right, so down, we're going to go up. Okay, about the same, about 4 inches. Okay, And as you see, I'm pointing them different directions. We've got one looking out this way. This one's kind of looking up this way. They're not looking straight at you. Hi, Rhea. Welcome, welcome, welcome tonight, ladies. Again, I'm going to trim it down. So down, up, then we're going to come down a little bit here. I probably should have started further over to get all these in there. Ooh, buddy. Maybe I can just point them up like that and get them all in. Yeah. That's what we want. Perfect. Okay. What have y'all been working on this week? I really want to start on fall. I did that one fall, but man, I still have so much summer stuff I want to do. All right, so this one, let's see, down, up, down. We're going to go, needs to be way shorter than that. Again, we're going to take the leaves off. I'll show you how to pick them and put those in really easy when it's time. When it's time. Okay, so down. I have to lift a leaf, probably come out here a little bit, get in between those branches, and then weave. That needs to come out a little bit. I pushed it in too far. Okay, let's pull that out and rework it. If it doesn't lay right, pull it right back out immediately. You've got, you know, a 30 seconds or so before things get really solid in there. So you can move things around. I'm just getting out some of that globby glue I just put in there. All right. These are heavier heads. So by going up this way, you run the risk of them sliding down, at least on these lower ones. So we're going to have to go in bottom down this way. That needs to come up just a little. There we go. Try this again, but go in the opposite way. Oh, in, Jimmy. This is a really tightly woven grapevine, and I didn't take anything out of the center before I started, so I have to battle with all of that internal stuff. We're going to get them in there, though. There. So that one's kind of to the outside. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 3 more. Holy moly. You're still on summer too? Yep. I think a lot of us will be in the switching mode for a little while now, trying to switch everything. I've kind of got both out right now. So my shop is a total mess. What y'all can't see behind that curtain, woo, buddy. So we're gonna right about there with it. This one's kind of in the middle, okay? So I'm going to kind of make this one rest straight below this one, okay? Got something itchy on my face. Two more. Okay, the same for here. We've got one here. I'm going to get one straight down here, okay? Straight down. This one, I am going to put this way just because it'll be safe there where I'm able to put it. If it'll go in. I have to do it the other way. That one, I don't know why it's not wanting to stay there, but we're gonna figure it out. All right, so right there, it needs to come here. And you can't get mad at it. You got to stay calm, or you'll have to walk away from your project. So just keep on until you find the right placement. It will be okay. I don't want it to hang down. That is my problem. So I'm going to have to do a little rig in here to get it to set where I want. But that's okay. Take, I have some other wire up here. I could use this. We're going to take some wire and just wire it up. Because these are heavier heads. So I'm just taking a little wire. I'm going to run it around the head poke it through the grapevine. There we go. This part we will just weave in the grapevine because it's wire that matches. Perfect. Now it's not going to go anywhere. It's where I want it. Okay. One more. I think maybe I need to get the bow on there next. All right, the bow. I hadn't made up my mind which ribbon I wanted to use. These roses are kind of peachy pink. The peach goes good. The pink is a little off-putting, but I brought other options. So we've got this really pretty like floral damask, or it's not really damask, but it's, oh, I can't think of the name of it. But it's got birds on it, but it's black and cream, and then black and white stripe. But I think that's a little harsh, so I think I've ruled it out. Then I've got this fake Mackenzie Child, you know, type, which doesn't look too bad. So I think I narrowed it down though to just a solid burlap or this pretty black and white. And gosh, I still don't know. They both look so nice next to this. However, I think this one might be more of a specific taste. This is a more neutral, so it will go with more. So I think we're going to do that one. All right, let me get these kind of set up here. I'm going to use 2 pipe cleaners wired together. You can buy the long ones if you want to. So just wire 2 pipe, or, you know, connect 2 pipe cleaners together. Make sure that center part is really flat. Okay, because that's the center of your bow. Okay, so then I just wrap it around the Bowdabra. Y'all probably want to see this, don't you? Let me get over here and get my camera down. That's not letting me go any further. All right, let's not let me go any further. And now that I see this, boy, did I really place those horribly, didn't I? Wow. Maybe it's just spacer. Oh, that looks better. Okay. All right, so I took a long bunch here. Big long string ribbon. And I'm going to do some tails. I just cut it long. That way it was easier to do. I probably shouldn't have cut them so long though. Let's just do this. We can add tails in as we go. So I took one strip. Well, I'll just tell you how long it is doubled because my mat isn't that long. 24 inches, so 48 inches, and we're going to put that on the bottom. That's part of our hangy tails. Okay, we're going to take another good long strip. It doesn't have to be as long. Just put it in there and just cut it. Doesn't matter how long they are. We're going to curl them anyway, but we want long hangy tails. All right. And I think I'm going to do one more here, but shorter. This one's shorter. Yeah. Okay. So now we have 6 tails to work with for hangy tails. Now for this part of the bow, I'm just going to put it on the floor. Actually, it'll serve me better there. So I'm going to pinch, give myself a little tail there, about that long. That's to put in there so it grabs, okay? And then we're going to do, I want 14 inches. No, we're going to do 12, I think. Yeah, 12 inches. My hands are still achy, so this is going to take me a bit. We're going to do a bunch of loops, like, I don't know, 6 on each side. Just make sure they're all the same length by measuring it to the one before it. All right. There's 3 on one side. I still do the twist. Just keep making them. I'm kind of keeping them all in a line. I'm not trying to fan out and shape a bow. Gosh, this is hard. My hands are hurting so bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're close. We're so close. Hi, Serena. Hi, Susan. How you doing, sister? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we're going to stop there. And we're going to cut just another little tail, enough for the bow maker to hold on to. Okay, and we're going to slide all of those right in on top of those tails, okay? Everything's still in a line. Okay. Just like that. Did I put it in the wrong way? Oh my gosh, y'all, I put my pipe cleaner in the wrong way. Okay, so I'm going to flip this up and take my pipe cleaner out. So I'm just going to get another one. How about that? I am a mess today. A mess. I am okay, Susan. Just, yeah. All right, so gonna twist that bow. We've got all these gorgeous tails, all of this. Now we're gonna find the center, okay, and make sure that our pipe cleaner is going the same way as our loops, long way, so we have this flat center, okay. We're gonna take a piece of discarded ribbon after we trim this down. You can see it. And we're gonna take a piece of discarded ribbon. Put right there in the center. Just gonna tie it off. I cut that off so you don't get my spit. Then I just straighten up the little knot part here in front. Kind of make sure it looks a little like ruching, you know, a little like ruching. Y'all know what ruching is. All right. And I take this other little piece on the back where we just tied the knot. Tie it one more time to keep it secure. And then you can trim those off. They'll be to the back. Nobody will see them. I do put a little bit of glue over that area just to hold a little extra security. You know, this is our bow. I'm fine. Well, thank you. I'm just, I'm forgetting to do like the most normal things today. I don't know. It's been one of those days. All right. I need a pin. All right. Floral pin goes in. Let this dry for just a couple more. There's that one more tail that you can trim off. All of that's to the back, so you don't ever see it. While we're doing that, I need to cut up some glue for my skillet. I cut it to one side to let it melt. That way I could still use glue on the other. All right. Okay. I think we're about able to get this on. Now we're going to take our pipe cleaners. And we're going to tie our bow on. I do it kind of sideways almost, okay, at an angle. And I just tie it off. And I can cut the excess and fold that inside your wreath. All right. Woo. So now we're just going to take and fluff out our bow just a little. Perfect. All right. So now we will make sure we've got straight edges. And we're going to curl. Some of these will be different lengths. That's why we have so many tails. This ribbon frays really bad. That's why we're rolling and curling and not dovetailing. But we want different lengths, so keep that in mind. You want some longer, some shorter. Sorry, this part just takes a little bit of time. Thank you, Susan. They're those big bouquets that Hobby Lobby puts together. I love them. They come with greens and all the goodies. All right, so now we got our bow in. We can work around our bow. And we have that one last floral to put in, and it's going to go right there. These are really grinding my gears, though. But we'll get this one in. Hi, baby.
Right.
How's dinner coming?
45 minutes and it's already at internal temperature of 180.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How high did you cook it on?
400.
Oh, probably should have done like 375, 350.
Well done.
Is it juicy?
Yeah.
Yes. We are doing baby reds grilled with some fresh rosemary that JC's grown in the back. And we're doing some fresh green beans that we got at the farmer's market, whole green beans. And then he cooked some tenderloin, some pork tenderloin with some of the same herbs. So I'm excited. Okay, so we get that one in there. All right, go just. Yeah, it's pretty stuffy in here. I'm sweating. I'm gonna do some major bending on these. We have lots of other stuff to put in, so I'm not gonna stress over it too much. But dang, you know, when your OCD kicks in, that's where I'm at right now. All right, we're gonna leave it with that for now. Juicy, yes, it's gonna be so juicy. I cannot wait. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and now that we've got the florals in, I'm gonna take and clip off all of these other extra pieces that it came with, because yes, we will be using those. Oh yes, we will. You know, I don't know about these, but we'll see. I think I've got some better greens. It looks better than that. But these pieces are just yummy. All right. Oh, I guess I better take the Hobby Lobby tag off. Wouldn't that be great? Just in case you wanted to get this color, the SKU is 584862. I'm just giving it a little shape. That's all. All right, I'm going to come in right here with these. Perfect. Yes. A little bit of shape in these. And I think it's going to come right up there across from it. Right here, we'll go in and we'll insert this one. Just like that. Whoop, whoop. A little thirsty. All right, now I brought all kinds of other goodies and I wasn't sure everything that we were going to put in here. So I brought 3 different kinds of filler flower. I brought the white daisies. I brought just some, you know, complimentary pink wildflower, which I actually kind of love for a monochromatic look. And then I've got these, which, you know, have like light pink, darker pink, kind of like a purpley pink, like a magenta, the actual same color that's in these roses, and then an orange. So it brings in a lot of the colors. So I think I was kind of torn between these two and not the actual daisies. Let me look here and see if there was any other pink stuffs that I wanted to put in. Not really, I think. They're all different kinds of colors. And then, well, let's see if I was going to use this. This is just some filler grass that makes it light and airy that kind of complements that color. I think we'll use some of it at the end once we see hopeful we've got it in where it's actually needed. All right, so I have another little twiggy branch. It didn't come with these, but I thought it might need just a little more. So I've got a couple of these that I was going to add. Let's just cut that down. Coming right up out of the middle wasn't really making me all that mad. Like that. But maybe, I don't know. Maybe I should just add it in separate pieces. That would be the better thing. I really kind of like it like that. If I can get it in here, I can pull the pieces around behind like that. See? Oh my good lordy gosh, that's going in there. Okay. Right back in here with it. We can pull it behind like that. And then, no, this is wired. So, yeah, I'm going to have to retape that. Or, no, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to do this. I'll put it in separate. There we go. I bent it too hard at the joint that it was wired into. So it broke it. So that's why I cut this piece off. It's still going to go in there. I'm just going to add it individually. And that's okay. Like that. Oh, she's so pretty. I love all that twiggy goodness, y'all. All right. Yeah, I don't hate those at all. I'm gonna cut one piece. Got some yucky green leaves on it that we're gonna pull off, but we can leave the other parts like that. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's put a couple of pieces in and see what we think. Oh, yeah. All right. Am I going to have to wire this one up too? I'm just wondering. It's the one that keeps falling and just makes me angry. Let's pull this back out and fix this flower. So I'm just going to take some wire and wire the head so it doesn't move around. All right, well, I think that's just where it's going to have to stay. Right there. So I'll twist off the wire and just fold it into the grapevine because it matches. Now that head is up where it needs to be. Once I get the right line with the roses, then I can start putting the rest in. But until that part looks right, I don't want to go any further. All right, I think that's good. Looking at it on camera, I think we're good. All right. Oh, thank you so much. I absolutely love working with flowers. I know Susan does too. And then I have these really pretty white ones, but I don't know. So I think we're going to continue to go with these. Just like that. I'm going to cut a bunch of these. We're not going to use the green leaves on them because they're that, cheapy looking green kind of leaf. All right, so we're just going to pull all the all the yucky green leaves apart and then reassemble all the good parts. Like so. There we go. Okay. And cut these down because they're going to sit closer in to, the base of the wreath. They're kind of a backdrop for the big pretty roses. And they help cover the mechanics. And so pull off all these ugly greens. Put the good ones back on. And go in. The heck? Yeah. Come up under here and add a little bit of color. Wish I had a second pair of hands that would take these apart. Ah. Right. The tedious part. And I'm not good at this part. My lives are always so quiet. It's like calming Zen time. How many more do I have left? Just a few. Okay. I have more. I just really wasn't wanting to use more than one stem if I didn't have to. I think we're going to be okay. See what I mean? I can hardly thread these back on. I'm going to leave that one a little long. I think it needs to kind of come down here. Right in there. Yep. Perfect. Let me get a little bit right in there in the back, and I think we'll be done with this part. Moving on to the next. I'm just putting this in the back to kind of bring that even color distribution all around the wreath. And then one more piece right back there, and I think we're good. Remember, we don't have to use these Jackie greens when we have these gorgeous ones that came off the roses. I had to make this one a little longer because it's got to stand up taller back here. Here we go. Perfect. Now, what next? I think, whoa. We're going to try one piece of this and see how I feel about it. Okay, I don't hate it. That just kind of softens the edge over here. I don't want much of this in there. I'm just using it for the color, basically. Just a little more. You like my hat? Thank you. We're San Francisco Giant fans. You know, my husband being from Cali and all. You know how that goes. I got to see him play the Mariners when we lived in Seattle. It was my birthday, our anniversary, Father's Day weekend. It's all the same. It's 18th is our anniversary, 19th is my birthday, and then it's always Father's Day weekend. So it was like a triple threat. So we went to that game. It was pretty awesome. Beautiful. I need one more piece. I don't think so. I don't think so. Go, go, go. Dum, 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 dum. Oh, please don't everything come out as I pull this. Right. I wonder, no, I can't condense that one. Looking for one. Yeah, maybe this one right here. All of it's going to come crashing down, of course. I'll clean it up later. So here's some white, what do they call these? I think it's just allium. I think we're going to put some of these in there. And where are those white ones? These might be better now that I'm looking. I forget what I have, y'all. Do y'all have that problem? Yeah. So, I like these. I'm going to take these and just spread them around. I think this is the only one I have, so I got to make it work. This came from Michael's. And the SKU is 652260. I also need this too much, I wonder. Yeah. I need just a little bit of filler. Everything's this and this. I've kind of come in and piled all of my Full stuff and everything. That's not hot. Not need both. No. Here we go. We're gonna add these beauties. Glue everywhere. Glue everywhere. There we go. Not using all the leaves on these either, but I'm using just one set of it. Hi, Linda. If you have any questions in the replay, just let me know. You know, I'll come answer. Right. Two more. We'll do one out here. And I think we need one big one back there, down here. I don't know. We'll just see how it looks. There we go. I think it really needs to be back there to kind of balance. All about balance. Balance. There. That's perfect. Maybe we could take these little squiggly pieces. Yeah. I try to use everything that those bouquets come with because they put really good stuff in there. Need to pull that out. Crap. Okay. Now I got to hold on until that glue dries because I got it on my ribbon. Hold the phone. So that's a tip for you. If you ever drop glue on your ribbon, don't grab it and smear it real quick. Let it dry. Then you can pick it off in one glob. Easy peasy. She's so pretty. Pretty and pink. She needs just a little more white though. That's what we're missing. I wonder. Oh, those are cute. But not what I really am looking for. And I don't want to put another color in there. Ooh, 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 ooh. Maybe it condenses. Let's see. Yeah, I can fill in a little bit of spots with this. Perfect. Yep. This is going to help me cover the mechanics. What I mean by that is like glue spots. You know, you can condense some of this. You can leave some of it long if you want. Thank you so much, Serena. I appreciate that. It's all about layers. You know, it looks funny always in the beginning when you're starting, but by the time you finish, you've actually put together something, you know? Piece. I'm gonna leave it condensed, or I mean, pulled apart, and it's gonna go back in here. And once you get everything done, if you can still look through the middle and see a little bit of glue, if you can't pick it off, you know, in a blob with your finger, then just use a little bit of moss to cover it. See, came right off my ribbon. And I didn't ruin my ribbon. Love it. Okay, so condense it up. Go back in with that one. You know, keep the look of your bow though, because you've got that pretty little center that you made. I'm going to take that one since it's a little broken and just kind of put those in on their own right there. Oh. There. All right, now where else do we need some? We need some right in there, some right in there, and some back here. And we should be good. Oh, I see the hearts. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. Put some coming right back here. We're trying to get the white spread evenly throughout. Okay, it breaks up all of that big blobs of pink. Right in here. Something in between these two. Even if it's down low, it still breaks it up a little bit. Need some in there. This is like what I call the finisher. It's what's finishing up. Tidying up. Filling in all those last little spaces. Covering mechanics that you can still see. Beautiful. We need some in there. and basically just, you know, balancing everything out with the white. I've got 2 more pieces. Where is it absolutely needed? Let's look. Up there. One really tall piece up there. Stand on my tippy toes. All right. Oh my gosh, she's gorgeous, y'all. Maybe some right out of there. Yeah. Something needs to come out around the bow. I think that's really the last place that we're lacking here. And I need, I think, one more piece of that to go back there to soften that edge as well. Let me get it out here. Hang on. I don't like hard edges where things just kind of and cut off, stop. So we're going to soften out here a little bit. Just like that. Wow. Okay, there was a couple more pieces of this. Do we need it anywhere? I feel like we need it coming out of there, but you know what? That might be for this bigger piece. Yep. This is still part of that big bouquet. I'm getting the last little pieces of it in there. I promise. Oh, go in. Go, go, go. There we go. One more piece of it. Go there. Little piece. Go up under here and get this kind of hanging down underneath. So much glue. One more piece right here. I think this will be our last one. Thank you, Benita. Right in here. All right, now like I said, if you still have places that you can see glue, you could do one of 2 things. You can go in with some moss and stick, you know, down at the base where the glue spots are if you can't pick them off with your thumb. Or We have this whole huge pile of leaves that, you know, I save my little pieces, right? Right? We all know that Melissa saves her little pieces. Take your little pieces, a little bit of glue on it, stick it in the hole, and guess what? You have a picked piece that you can put in there strategically, like so. I will show you. So get a little bit of glue on that little cut end piece. Glue your leaves on. You don't even have to tape these. See, now you've got a nice little pick, and you can go in strategically and place these in anywhere that it's needed. Way down in here, just like that. See, so we still got some of those rose flowers or rose petals. Leaves. I have no idea what I'm talking about today, y'all. Just ignore me. We're going to put a couple more in. Okay, so take your set of leaves in a cut piece, a little bit of glue on it, glue them together. All right. And then back here, put a little bit of this. I want to add some of this in because it's a different color of green. Okay. And it's the actual rose leaves, so it makes it look more natural. So that's why I do that. I'm going to take a longer piece here for this one. I do pick the glue off since I don't tape them. I want them to look good. All right. We needed some rose leaf out here. So we're going to put this in right there. See? How many more do we need? We need at least one piece, two more pieces, I think. And this is the last piece we're adding, so. Where did this one want to go? Let's go up here. Well, maybe we don't put that one there because that one's already heavy on this side. So we're going to take it out. It's not really needed there. Put it somewhere else. Where do we want it? Where do we want it? Sun needs to come up right through here. Yep. There's the bow. No. Such a pretty bow. There, can go behind the bow. All right, let me look. Let me look. I think I might be done now. I don't know. I want to keep adding some of those leaves. They're just adding great texture. And I think one long one needs to be here and then one more over here. And I think that's it. I think we'll be good there. Remember, I mean, all of these were on the bush. We just took them off. So we could get everything in around it. And then we get the opportunity to place these strategically exactly where we want them and need them. So we're looking right out here. Yep. Little dangly piece. And I think one more sticking out there. We are 2 pieces away from being done. I don't even know how long I've been going tonight. Probably a long time. Yeah, about an hour and 35. Well, that's about what it takes me to make a big one, is about an hour if I'm just in here knocking it out. It takes me longer if I'm going slower, you know, teaching you guys. This needs to come out here because this rose has no real rose petals behind it. Okay. This little one, I think. Okay. I think we're done. What do y'all think? This one needs to go up a little. We'll bend it up. That doesn't look too bad. A couple of places I'll have to snip. There we go. Aw. Thank you, ladies, so much. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all so, so much. I just love doing this kind of bow, and I can't believe I hadn't done one of these for y'all yet, because I really like doing these. I think they're cute. And like I said, I could have used, a pink ribbon or, this pretty, ribbon with flowers and birds on it. But I opted for something more neutral, because a ribbon like this, or this, or even just a bold black and white stripe on a floral, all of those would have been perfectly fine. I mean, this one would have been absolutely gorgeous on it, but this is for a more specific taste. So that's why I chose for this design to opt for a neutral ribbon. But if somebody come into my shop and said that I really love that wreath, but could we do a different kind of ribbon? It's not placed so that I can't take this out and change out the ribbon. So, all right, ladies. Woo woo. We done again. Another one in the books. All right, Miss Linda, if you have any questions, just leave them down below. All right. I heard my hubby say that dinner was ready a few minutes ago, so I'm going to hop off here, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Be safe, and I will see you guys next Friday. All right. Love y'all.